there, it's Dusty Thunder with another Reddit story for you. This one is actually a spicy update to a previous story, and the title on this is, Am I the Astronaut for Letting My Son Help Me in the Kitchen? Hello everyone, just saw my post on Instagram. I totally forgot about this account. I thought I should give an update. It is not a happy update because my husband and I are going through a divorce. Stemming from that story before? After my last update, everything was fine until my husband started acting weird and out of character. I'll not go into details that much, but he was having an affair with someone he met online. So apparently my husband has been using online forums, even Reddit, to vent his frustration about Matt, and he feels he has failed as a father, and me not supporting his decision is emasculating him. That is when he found his mistress, 35 female, who poisoned his ears that I am not a good wife because I should obey my husband. She and my husband badmouthed me, and she even had some questionable words for my son Matt as well, so we have been fighting a lot about this. He blames me because none of this would have happened if I just respected his authority as the man of the house, and that mistress understands him and knows when to shut up. Well, she checks all the boxes then. She understands me and she knows when to shut up. I bet she cooks and cleans too, right? I still cannot believe he will turn his back on us just because my son liked cooking. And if you don't remember the previous story, that was it. He enjoys cooking, and that wasn't a manly enough thing for Dad. This is not the man I married. I sometimes feel sad because I've been struggling with depression for a long time. My sons are pretty depressed too. I took them to therapy, especially Matt because he believes we are divorcing because of him. He took it hard. He even told me he will stop cooking if that means his dad will stay with us. Dad, ooh. My other sons are also very sad too, but so far they've been understanding. My father-in-law is 100% on my side. Okay, this was the ex-military father-in-law who is husband's dad. That was like, what the hell's wrong with you to the husband? And we were all very surprised by his response, but we're here for it. He has been helping me with a lawyer and pretty much disowned my husband for his behavior towards me and my kids. That's been my life. I'm struggling a lot with the financial situations. I did get a job, but it isn't that high in pay. My soon-to-be ex has moved in with his mistress. I just hope we will see good days soon. That's all. Pray for us. You know what? We're going to get some help with feedback on this from the one, the only, the magnificent, the beautiful, the courageous and kind, Candy Thunder.
Oh my God, it's Candy Thunder.
Do you ever feel like women who, like, she's obeying, she knows when to shut up? Do you ever feel like she is just playing this role in order to get this man? Like,
yeah.
Because I think that she's just pretending to be something that she's not. She's giving him what she thinks that he wants. Has he even met her? Like,
well, I mean, they're moving in together, so.
Oh, I guess so, yeah, okay. Yeah. But
I think he's met her.
Like, I feel like this is just like, I don't know, playing a role, getting what you want, and then I would love to see what's going to happen after she has what she wants. But for him to trade in his wife and children because his son wanted to cook is the wildest thing in my mind. I can't imagine. Why does that have to be a gender specific thing? Like, why does cooking, like, cooking is how, like, you sustain your life, like feeding yourself, knowing those things are basic. They're basic skills. Like, why is that a gender specific thing to this guy? My brain cannot comprehend why this is such a big.
It's got to come from a place of insecurity about himself,
sure,
right? It's got to be his insecurity about his own masculinity showing through his need to force that on his own boys,
yeah.
And his failure to man up his one boy is his own failure as a man, he perceives to be, and now it may be just as much him feeling like he has failed as a man and as a father, and him reclusing out of that in defeat, yeah. And him basically starting this new life because he's conceded defeat in the first one.
But I mean, it can't be how he was raised because his dad 100% disagrees with what his son is doing.
Now,
so he wasn't raised that way. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know that we can say father-in-law's opinion now is indicative of how husband was raised because people change and they grow wiser. And I mean, grandparents have different viewpoints now than they did whenever they were parents, right? Or whenever they were just parents.
I mean, as far as my upbringing goes, I was raised to do stuff outside. My dad and my brother, I don't remember it, but they taught me how to change my oil, air up the tires, like do all of that stuff. But I also learned from my dad, like how to grill. I learned from my mom how to cook. So there was never like I'm a girl, so I can't do this, or I'm not a boy, so I can't do this. Like, I don't ever remember that being a thing in my household. So I think And I don't know if that, I just can't understand it. I can't understand throwing your life away. And like in the original stories, I felt like he was going to change, but instead he went online looking for somebody who would validate what he thought. And he found someone to validate those feelings, and then was like, you see, I'm right because this woman obeys me and she knows when to shut up. So therefore I'm going to leave you and be with this woman because she gives me everything I could possibly need. 20 years from now, you are going to regret it.
Oh,
you are going to regret everything that you have done.
I don't think it's going to take that long. I think he's going to regret this hard. My biggest problem with all of this is that Matt, the son, feels like it's his fault.
Yes.
There's no way for him to not feel like it's his fault. Like, the husband has made this. He has placed basically the blame on his son for having a preference that's not masculine enough for him. And the son now is going to have those scars, those emotional scars he carries with him for a long ass time. And for the dad to put that on his child is the most cowardly thing. Like, it's just disgusting. And yes, I see a lot of comments in here, like his failure as a father is actually leaving his wife and kids, not making his son manly enough. And I agree. I agree. Getting him to see that is a different issue. But also validation. Validation is not someone who just knows when to shut up and does what they're told. That's not validation. That's obedience. That's not validation. That's not somebody agreeing with you. That's somebody obeying with you. That's somebody obeying you. Those are two very different things.
And this man is weak.
Indeed.
I said this the other night. I did the YouTube live with Dusty, but one of my sayings, I'm going to get a button up here that says, grow the up, because this is ridiculous. You're throwing your life away because your son enjoyed cooking. Like, that is the shittiest thing you could possibly do.